All right, Shalom. We're the
Shalom.
brothers out of Great Millstone, Atlanta. I'm the brother of Rock. I got the brother Kakon with me. You know, we're gonna tackle a lesson through the spirit and power Yahweh by Shemi Al Shai, and Lord willing is edifying. But before we do that, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bahakudash. I'd like to give double honors to our elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Want to say peace, safety, much love and blessing to the Akim across the four corners of the earth that are pushing out this truth and sincerity and putting their lives on the line to do so. I want to say shalom to you, brothers. And as I said, we're going to be tackling uh, the topic of Judah being the so-called Negroes. All right, because as you know, or if you've been living under a rock, all right, there's 12 tribes from the nation of Israel. Okay, and Judah being the head tribe, will start there. And Lord willing, it'll be edifying because what our people fail to realize is that when the Lord created man, He made lineage by He made a thing called lineage, which by lineage, all right, through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we are true Israelites. Okay. The words, if you in the 12 tribe sign, you have your biblical nationality on one side, and then on the other side, you got what's called a proverb and a byword. Okay. Most of our people, they don't know the left side of the chart, which are the names Judah, Benjamin, Levi, all the way on down to Issachar, which are the true biblical nationalities according to the scriptures. Now they know the right side, the proverbs and the bywords. If you can get that real quick in the curses, where it says we will be a proverb and a byword. So a Negro, a Latino, or Mexican, or Jamaican, all of those names that us being the 12 tribes of Israel being called by in today's society are proverbs and bywords. Okay. And it's part of the curses, which is the brother's going to get real quick.
1 second. I'm still
It's
looking.
28 and around, I say about 17 or 18, maybe. While the brothers grabbing that, that's why it's important to do these lessons to rightfully divide the word of truth. All right, because our duty is to fish, for the elect. And how we're going to do that if we aren't able to tell our people who they are according to the Bible? Okay, we can always, identify as black and white and Negro and Hispanic and whatnot, but can we really go back and help our people understand that they are the prince of the power, and you come from one of these 12 tribes? You got that, brother?
Yeah, I got it, brother.
Okay.
This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become a astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord Yahweh shall lead thee.
Mm-hmm. And are you able to look up that proverb and byword?
Sure.
If not, I can grab it real quick.
I should be able to look it up.
Okay. Yeah. So according to Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, which is a part of the curses that came upon our people, all right, us 12 tribes of Israel, it says that we were going to become an astonishment, okay, and a proverb and a byword. So that's what our people identify with, all right, because that's the most popular term in today's society, all right. Negroes, um, Indians, what else they call us? Spics, wetback, niggas, all right,
Blacks.
Uncle Tom's, whatever the case may be. These aren't our biblical names and not our biblical nationality. Okay. You got that definition, brother?
Yeah, for byword, the word byword in Deuteronomy 20, verse 37 is H8148. It's Shanayana. Shanayana. It says something pointed, uh, byword, taunt, sharp word, sharp cutting word, taunt, gibby.
Yeah, wetback, nigga. All right. Those words that we put on our people as bywords, man, those are not who we are. Those names are not who we are or not what we were called or what we went by. according to our lineage back in the biblical days. All right, these terms that we're called by now were put on by our oppressors. You got anything you want to add to that, Kakon?
Can I grab a scripture, if you don't mind?
Bob Kushal, go ahead, bro.
This is Jeremiah 17, verse 4. It says, "And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever."
Mm-hmm. Yep, you got it.
Yeah, so we discontinue from our heritage, whether it be from the three tribes that fled from the land of Jerusalem in 78 to those who came over here to Arsaret. But there's a great awakening, and there's 12 tribes, and the Lord has given to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, our head apostle and elders, the breakdowns which they've given to us.
Yeah, perfect example. Because our people they just don't know, bro. That's why that sign and having that sign out is very important, because our people can identify with those proverbs and bywords. But then when you tell them that there's more to it, that that's not really who you are, all right, it sparks something in our people, and that's the fishing part. Okay, that's the fishing of the elect. All right, throwing the bait out. Okay, and reeling our people into the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But the Lord is going to do the sifting at the end of the day. All right. So we're not Negroes. Let's start there. All right. That's it. That's considered a proverb and a byword, because that was a curse that was put upon us, according to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Okay. So from there, let's go to the book of Genesis, the 49th chapter. Now, let's start from the top, because that's important to give background, because our people may want to know, well, what's the significance of Genesis, the 49th chapter? But you can see, or you're going to be able to see from what we're going to read, that this is the characteristics or the things that will befall the 12 tribes in the latter days. Now, according to the scriptures, we've been in the latter days since Yahweh Shai came on earth. I believe that's Hebrews. Is that Hebrews or Hosea?
I can grab
You don't have to get it, but according to the scriptures, we've been in the last days since Yahweh Shai came on the earth. All right, so that's the significance of starting at Genesis, the 49th chapter. All right, now I know some teaching points may just go straight to, all right, where it talks about Judah. Okay, well, why are we going to Genesis 49th chapter? All right, go ahead, bro.
This is
You start at the top.
It's Genesis 49. "And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days."
So, hey, there you have it. That's why we go to Genesis, the 49th chapter, because the people that are on the sign that we teach behind, okay, that are Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Zebulun, Issachar, Asher, all of those, all right, those are our biblical, that's our biblical nationality, okay? And the other side, as we started out with, is a proverb and a byword. Okay. So those 12 sons, all right, of Jacob, those 12 sons of Jacob, okay, Genesis 49:1 says that these are going to be, gather yourselves together, and, I'll tell you what will befall you in the latter days, right? So that's why we go to Genesis, the 49th chapter. Go ahead, bro.
It says, "Gather yourselves together, and hear ye, sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father." From to Judah, or go to Reuben?
No, you can jump to Judah. So we got the context of why we're reading Genesis 49. All right, now we're going to get straight to the tribe of Judah. And Lord willing, me and this brother, or me and another brother, we can go down the line, but we're going to start with Judah here tonight. All right, bro, you got it.
This is Genesis 49, verse 8. "Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies, thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
We're going to read all the way through it, and then we're going to break it down one by one.
It says, Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son, thou art gone up.
Salaki, bro, if you will start at the top, Baba Shop, and just read through, and then we'll get it into it.
All right. Is Genesis 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
All right. So if you read that to a Jake that walks up and want to know who they are according to the Bible, and you just read that straight out, that may go over, the common person's head. But that's why, like the brother Kakam said, these breakdowns and these visions have been given to our elders. All right. And it's been then passed down the teachings unto us. Okay. So let's go ahead and break it down. Reread it from the top, brother.
This is Genesis 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
All right. So let's deal with that. Thy brother shall praise. All right. And I heard you mention Zechariah. You want to get that real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Judah being the head tribe, okay. And before we, even our Lord and Savior, all right, he sprang out of the line of Judah. All right, the head of our nation, Yahweh Shai, he's from the tribe of Judah. Okay, so that's another reason in turn why Judah is the head tribe. Okay, all right, go ahead, bro.
And this is Zechariah 12, verse 7. The Lord Yahweh also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glorying of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah.
What verse did you start at?
7.
Yep. All right. Yeah. And then, so the teaching, even in today's society, mainly Judah was at the forefront of the awakening of our people over here in America. All right. Stemming back to One West. Okay. While apostles and elders came out of those men that were on the street corner. All right. Cursing you out, telling you, you going off and telling Esau, Edom, that he's the devil. All right. Most of those men, we believe through the spirit, were from the tribe of Judah. Okay. You got something you want to add, Kakam?
I got that. Malachi 4 and 5. Just going into Elisha.
Go ahead, and then you can go into it.
This is Malachi 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming and great and dreadful day of the Lord Yahweh. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Yeah, and according to Revelation 11 chapter, these nations were looking at their dead bodies, but a great fear fell upon them. Starting off with who? Elijah the prophet, or Abba Bivens, who really started, from the commandment keepers, the truth really started coming out against Esau in 1969. 350 years.
Yep. God. All right. You can also we can also move to the next part where it says the hand shall be in the neck of thy enemy. Now, Judah mainly are the only one of the tribes that are here on enemy's soil and territory. For the most part, all the other tribes have, their own continent or country, so to speak. But Judah is the only one that's 100% been misplaced or replaced in another land, which were the land of our enemies. And we also know that through Deuteronomy 28 and 68. If you want to get that, or you had something real quick.
I have something, but I already have the Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
All right. Well, you can get what you got, and then we'll jump to Deuteronomy.
Is This is Micah 5, verse 8. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of the people as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver. It says, thy hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off.
Yep. And that's speaking about, over here in America, when Judah, will rise up against his enemy. And basically that's showing also that we've been misplaced and we are amongst our enemies over here in the captivity of America. All right. By way of those cargo slave ships. All right. Kakam, you got something you want to add?
No, spot on. Judah is in the neck of him. We're in Babylon the Great. Most Judites anyway. Of course Israel's dispersed, but Judah's in here.
Yeah.
Where the deliverance is at.
Right. But once that line is back roused up, hey, Judah gonna be getting busy, man. All right. Yeah. Once Judah pop it off, all the other tribes gonna follow. And it's like with everything, that's why we're also looked at as being the head tribe, because all the other tribes, they mimic and do what Jake do. The so-called Negroes, man, from the fashion to the music to the sports. All right. Judah is massively known for being at the top of those things, and all of these, not even just our nation of people. You got the heathens wanting to do what they see Jake do, man. Globally, hip hop is global. All right, we started with you so-called Negroes, man. All right.
I got that Deuteronomy 28:68.
You can bring it.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord Jehovah shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Yeah, and Judah is not the only tribe that were brought over here on cargo slave ship, but we're bringing that out as an example to show you that the people over here that they call so-called Negroes, all right, they were taken from a place and brought over here in America, all right, and given these proverbs and the byword names. Prior to that, we were a people, man. We had our heritage intact, okay, but over here we were stripped away from it and became Gentiles, like the brother just read, all right, taking on the ways of Esau, Edom, celebrating his holidays, eating his food, dressing like them, talking like them, walking like them, all right, because we became Hellenized, man, basically, all right. Where we at back in?
Yeah, I got
Genesis.
Yeah, Genesis 48, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Go ahead.
It says, Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down.
So let's Judah being a lion's whelp. Now Judah, in the young lion point, Judah came up with all type of movements and revolutions and rebellion to try to fight against the so-called white man. Now we know, according to the curses, that there was no fighting against this so-called white man, because the Lord put us under these conditions and under these curses due to us disobeying him and being disobedient unto him. Okay, so the Lord is going to have to be the one to have to get us out of it. So all that marching and shit in Selma, Alabama, all that turning the other cheek, and all that following Malcolm X, trying to uprise against the so-called white man, it didn't work in that young lion stage. Because why? The Lord put us in this captivity, all right, aka America, okay, and these are the conditions that we're living in. If you ever seen a lion, when it's fresh out of captivity, it's wild, man. It's still wild. It still want to escape. It still want to hunt. But after so many years of being in captivity, hey, that lion becomes lazy, man. It don't want to do too much. But the point of the matter is that the things that our people did in the uprising against Esau, all of it failed because it was not of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay. Matter of fact, give me that in Acts real quick. Do you know what it is where it says
This work
if
be a
it
man.
be a man, it will come to naught,
Yeah,
but if it be of the most high,
can't overthrow it. Yeah, I got you.
I think it's 5.
Yeah, Acts 5. I got it.
All right, Connor, you can bring it.
It says Acts 5 verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught.
Yeah. So that work and that counsel that Malcolm X and MLK and John Lewis and all those guys, all right, that was not according to prophecy. Okay, so that's why that civil rights movement and all that, it diminished. Okay, they may say that we have equal rights and equal opportunity now, but that's just a facade. All right, they've just loosened the reins on niggas to where they become more comfortable, all right, with the scraps that Esau's giving them. All right, that doesn't necessarily mean the dream of MLK came true, because you can hold hand with the so-called white man now. All right, that didn't do it. All right, we're still in bondage. We're still in captivity. Our true rest and relief and peace is not going to come until the kingdom of heaven is established. Okay, you want to
Yeah,
add, bro?
it got a little bit more on it.
Okay.
It says, but if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, least happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High.
Yeah. So this work that we're doing, all right, that's of the Most High, it cannot be overthrown. That's how you know that this is the truth. All right, this is where the truth dwell. All right, that was it on.
Yeah.
All right.
I got Ezekiel 37 if you don't have anything, and Isaiah 11 going into Ephraim and Judah coming together because they're the head tribe.
Yeah. I want to try kind of streamline it and just deal with with Judah, and you know how sometimes the spirit will take you there, but let's try to just streamline it to the tribe of Judah. All right.
Do you want me to reread the 9th verse?
Pick up where Judah is a lion's whelp.
It says Genesis 49 verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And what it says, from the prey, my son, thou art going up. All right. And the prey represent with us being over here, all right, and being preyed upon, whether you believe it or not. Judah, all right, and not only Judah, but all the other tribes, we're being preyed upon over here, in captivity. We're the last one, a higher first fire, all right, calling us all type of shit. It's just the bottom of the barrel, all right, being over here and being an Israelite. We're not esteemed, we're not praised. We're gonna get all of that later, okay?
Block you 1 second.
No, you good. Now, matter of fact, let's go back to the curses where it says that he will put a yoke of iron upon our neck till we're completely broken.
Okay. Let me find it quick.
I think it's around 40 something.
40. I found it. Yeah. Deuteronomy 28 verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Yep. So the yoke on our neck is not physical anymore because Judah is completely destroyed and docile now. All right, over here in America, they're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? They they've just been broken down, and they don't Esau Edom don't need hardcore slavery and bondage no more to keep Jake in order. All right, he's already destroyed them here, and he got them. Okay, so that's what it meant by us being a prey over here. All right, go ahead, bro. You can go back.
There's Genesis 49 verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
You want to touch on those 2 points?
Yeah, it says, who shall rouse him up? Well, you see that even today, with the injustice, you might see Jake, get shot down. We understand his judgment, but these regular Jakes out here, they don't see it like that. They see what their people being oppressed. And that scripture saying, oppression maketh the wise man mad. Jake's been getting his ass beat for so long, and you can see how the Lord used, other movements to really spearhead this one, and put in Jake's mind, well, my people are supposed to be on top. Going back into the Zechariah 12:7, the Lord says he's going to raise the tents of Judah first. So even though you see even these ICE, raids and things going on, okay, even Issachar is calling upon, Judah to help,
Yep. Come. All right. Get Zechariah 12 again and read verse 8 and 9.
All right.
Because it says, who shall rouse them up?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be Yahweh Shai, man, through the Spirit that's gonna rouse us up. All right. Then it tell you that we're gonna go from being fishers to hunters. So that's gonna be you have to be in a roused up spirit, man, to be a hunter. Now it's different when you're the prey than when you're the hunter. There's a different level of energy. All right, when you going out to get game. All right, so and it's gonna start with the tribe of Judah. Go ahead, bro.
There's Zechariah 12 verse 8. In that day shall the Lord Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the Most High, as the angels of the Lord Yahweh before them.
Yeah, so we're not gonna be the prey anymore. All right, we're gonna go from being the hunted to being the hunter. Okay, and that's gonna be all through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, reread that, bro. Verse 8.
In that day shall the Lord Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the Most High, as the angels of the Lord Yahweh before them.
Yep. And that you can link that Deuteronomy 33 with that.
I can cover it there.
Yep.
It's Deuteronomy 33 verse 7. And this is the blessing of Judah. And he said, hear Yahweh the voice of Judah, and bring him unto his people, and let his hands be sufficient for him, and be thou in help to him from his enemies.
Yeah. So while the Lord is going to rouse us up and have us getting busy, the Lord is going to be in the midst of us, helping us fight that battle. And we all know, all right, how that's going to end. All right. It's going to end with one being taken out of power, all right, and another rising up, and one that is more profitable being set over the earth, which the kingdom of heaven will be established here on earth. All right. That's all through the Spirit of and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, nothing of our doing. It's all gonna be through the Spirit. You got some?
I got Jeremiah 16, the fishers and the hunters.
Yep, you can get it.
Jeremiah 16 verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks.
Con, you got it.
It says, Lord's gonna give certain men on this side spiritual power. In scripture say also, the house of David in Amos 9 verse 11, Lord said, well, he's gonna raise up the tabernacles of David as in the days of old. That starts with the tribe of Judah. you know, going
Con.
into the men of fast.
Con. Oh, where we at?
I got Numbers 24 going
Okay.
to, and then also I got the Genesis 49. Whichever one you want me to grab first.
What was the other precept you said you had?
Numbers 24 and 9.
24 and 9.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and grab Numbers 24. Okay, go ahead.
He couched, he laid down as a lion, and as a great lion, who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and curses he that curseth thee.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah, in this number 24, Baalim's having a vision, where it puts him basically in a trance, and he sees, Yahushua come back, and 19, goes into out of Jacob shall have dominion, and we understand it all starts with who? Yahushua coming back, man, the star, that bright morning star. Judah being roused up,
Yep, con. All right. Where we at?
Genesis 49:10.
All right, you got it.
It says, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Yep, and Shiloh being Yahushua. All right, and it's going into his return as well as the other precepts we just brought out, and the Lord coming back in light of Judah. All right, while it's being seen that we've been trampled down by enemies for so long. All right, and that there's no way out for us, and that we're always going to be the bottom of the barrel. All right. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. The Lord is going to step in, man. Okay. And then the people are going to be astonished that these people who they had in derision this whole time, all right, was really the people of the Most High. Okay. So when Shiloh returned, being Yahushua, okay, he's going to fight for us. Okay. He's going to intervene in the battle, man. Okay. You got it, Capone.
I got just going into Yahushua's lineage, going into him, Jacob, and him going into Judah.
Yep.
It says, Matthew 1 verse 2, Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot Judah and his brethren. I also have Revelations 5 going into, the scepter not departing.
Yep. Go ahead.
There's Revelations 5 verse 5. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
Mm-hmm.
So, the scepter not departing from Judah. It's Yahushua, basically receiving his blessing.
Con. Yeah, I believe we pretty much hit everything. If I'm not mistaken, did we leave anything?
No.
Okay. All right. So, straight to the point, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to an elect member too. All right. And, that was the tribe of Judah. All right. So we're going to end it giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chahudash, and also giving double honors to our elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.